3. Just choose to increase. It's going to flood you even more. 1, 2, 3. Hashem has so much love for you. He can make it even more powerful, even more love, even more compassion, and that waterfall floods into you. On the count of 3, just choose it and believe it. It will absolutely increase. 1, 2, 3. Choose and believe it. If you feel it, let it flood down all the way to your palms, to your hands, to your legs. Tilt your head back to receive it. Open your heart to receive it. Choose and believe it. Let it flood in even more and more and more. Okay, take a deep breath and open your eyes. Sorry to bring you out, but that's just the warm-up. Hands up if you were to experience some light or some energy, some connection right then. Hands up high. Wonderful. Hands up if that was a little hard for you. A little hard for you. Appreciate your honesty. Hold in there. We're going to bring it all together. Get easy for you in a second. Any extremely practical questions before we begin? Yes.
First, technique you mentioned, like over that corresponding to it.
What's that?
The first technique, like the cycle 5, you mentioned you should relax.
Yes.
Did you say what the other ones?
No, I didn't. And that's too technical for now. So we're just going to bump the experience. We'll do that another time. Any practical questions about the experience? Okay, this is what we're going to do. Yes, sir? Exhausting and draining energy. So I'll tell you a secret. Hands up if you found that increased your energy. Hands up high. Hands up high. So, fine. If it's exhausting and draining energy, the secret is it's not at all exhausting and it's not at all draining energy. It's like saying I went to the gas station, I filled up my car, and I came away with less gas. What would the assumption be there? There's probably a leak or something. My guess is there's probably something emotional happening for you in there. An anxiety about doing it, a desire to do it, a fear of not doing it. Something else is in there that's depleting you. Is that some of that ring true? Are you aware of anything like that? Was that? Good. I want you to, exactly, beautiful answer. I want you to just feel out next time. Is there anything wanting to make it happen, afraid that it won't, frustrated by it, anxious about it? See what else is going on in there. You report back to us and let us know. We're very curious to find out. Did anyone find that by just choosing for it to increase, 1, 2, 3, that it increased you? Hands up very, very high. I want to see all those hands. Excellent. That's one of the deepest secrets of life. If you don't have faith, I say to say, be mamshich emunah. Choose to draw in faith and you'll be flooded by light. If you need more compassion, choose to draw in compassion and you'll be flooded by it. So we're going to do a lot of weird stuff with that. That's a Das Elyon effect. That's the mechanism of his kashrus as well. We're about to go on a very interesting ride now. It's going to take at least half an hour. We started 15 minutes late. We will at least finish 15 minutes late. And I want everyone to stand up right now. Great. We're going to begin in 60 seconds. 60 seconds. So in the next 60 seconds, I suggest you wake up your body, you move around, you get some energy. If you need a drink, now would be the time to get it. Yes?
How do you switch off that little voice in your head?
Don't switch it off. Just do the exercises as we're playing. We'll see what happens.
As it's going?
Whatever happens. Don't panic about it. Just go with the flow. Focus on the exercise. Acknowledge the voice is there and keep bringing it back to the exercise. Okay. I suggest you jump up and down even more rather than just standing there waiting for me to do something interesting. You can do it. You can do it. We're going to do that, and then we're going to get to a very deep place of building them together. And then from there, I'm going to talk you through some of the Rosh Hashanah meditations we mentioned. We're going to go from one to another to another. You will find that they build on each other and interesting things happen. Should at one point you become disconnected or one exercise is not working for you, if we did another exercise that helped you, just bring that one in and play with it with yourself for a while. Does anyone in this hand have a watch with a second hand I could borrow? Yes, wow, she's fast. Great. I'll take this one just because she volunteered. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Let us begin. Now, you guys online, yes, something bugged in the system. It just instantly disconnected. We're out for tonight. We'll come back next time. I'll get some more. I don't know where they're going. We're going through like 70 each week. If you're planning on doing the meditation with us right now, give me a heart or love or like or something so I see who's coming with us on the journey. Everybody please check your cell phone is completely off, not even on buzz mode or alert mode, 100% off. Some people think their phone's off and it still goes off in the middle, still goes on in the middle. So here we go. Okay, get very comfortable on the floor. Here we go. Take your positions or where you're sitting. Here come the hearts, here come the likes. Where's that rose? I got a rose last time. Shena Bat Sheva's Malay Lave. Is this fun for people? You enjoying yourself? Fix your intent right now. We are doing this because we want to get high. If that's what you're doing, why do I want to get high? I want to come close to Hashem. I want to feel my soul. I want to know my power. I want to understand my tradition. I want to get that healing. Hashem, open our hearts. Let us know that you're there. Let us feel it in our hearts. Let us open our minds. If there's healing that can come, if there's revelation that can come, then Hashem may it be. Hashem, if I know how to get this experience, but other people in this room need this experience, have never had it, then tell Hashem, I'm willing to let go of my experience so other people can have it if need be, Hashem. Take a moment to think of others in this room and their life challenges and their fears. Think of others, may they be blessed to have some interesting experience. Tell Hashem that you love Him even if you can't have an experience right now. You're okay with that. I highly recommend no one's chewing gum or anything else you need to drag you out of your meditational state. Are you ready? Sit up straight on your chairs. Uncross your arms and your legs. You want to be in an alert state. Not so comfortable you fall asleep. If you fall asleep, God still loves you, but you'll be disappointed with yourself, okay? So you want to be in an alert state. You don't want to be so crossed or everything over that after a few minutes starts to hurt and then you're suddenly self-conscious, you don't want to move your legs or whatever. If something's uncomfortable in the middle, just move your body and get more comfortable. Your consciousness is more resilient than you give it credit for. So we're going to keep going and keep building. Are you ready to go? It's going to be a few minutes still. If a loud shofar goes off in the room, don't say I didn't warn you. Don't worry, I'll give you plenty of warning. That's the whole point. I think it's awesome we're doing this. I'm really excited by this happening in Jerusalem and excited by us that have come here from the four corners of the Jerusalem or Israel or the world. It's a very beautiful thing. Hashem should look down on us and should find grace in His eyes. Should open our hearts to see the true power of our tradition, the true power of the Tzaddikim and their teachings, the true power of our own potential, and the true power of what happens when we come together. A lot of the blessing that will come to us now consciously, as we're going to use, will come not just because we're doing this, because we're doing this together. Because we're coming together, uniting together to do this. I love in this room, there's all kind of kippahs or no kippahs, all kind of clothes and backgrounds, and we're here together. The playing field is open, the platform is open, we can do this together. And the merit of that, we should be blessed to good things. I ask you right now to close your eyes, to take a few seconds to relax your body. Allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your shoulders to relax, completely relax. Allow your torso to relax, your arms to relax, your hands and fingers to relax. Your hands and fingers are relaxing, are warm and relaxed. Your hips, your legs, your feet are relaxing, warm and relaxed. Your toes and feet are just melting into the ground, warm and relaxed. At any point, if I say relaxed and you say I don't feel relaxed, I want you to know it doesn't matter, it's still going to work for you. There's nothing you have to be, there's nothing you have to do to get the effect. Trust the process. Trust the process. We're about to begin cycles of 5 breathing. I will count for you. This is the easiest thing in the world. If you find you're getting distracted with other thoughts, most of you won't. You'll find it very easy to calm your mind doing this. Then just visualize the numbers as I say them. That's all. Visualize the numbers. Ellie, you're welcome to enjoy the meditation. I'll mention Shofar. When I mention the Shofar, you're welcome to assume the position. Here we go. The merit of our forefathers and the Tzaddikim, and the unity in this room of all people of backgrounds. May we merit to calm our minds, open our hearts, and step in to the light. I want you to begin to exhale all the breath out of your lungs, or the air out of your lungs right now. Go completely exhale all the way out, and then hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, very deep, 3, 4, all the way in, and hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, all the way out. 5. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Doing great. Doing wonderful. 4, 5. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Deep. Wonderful. It's easy. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. You're doing absolutely fantastic. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, and 1. 1. And exhale the air and come back to normal, easy breathing. Return to normal, easy breathing. We're about to begin our Sulam Ha'aliyah, to climb the ladder. Begin 1 to 10, each number 3 times. Up in the top of the ladder is Hashem, is the angels, is the higher world, is infinite light and freedom and peace and love. Infinite love and Yud and Hey and Vav and Hey, the Or Ein Sof. And I'm not trying to reach there. I'm counting each number 3 times. Then imagine myself climbing up the next rung, and then counting 2, 3 times slowly, and keep going higher and higher. If you get to 10, keep going beyond it. And just allow yourself to release and go higher. A clear moment of elevation and stepping up, raising up, connecting higher, and then begin the next numbers. Begin at number 1 right now. Enjoy the process. Higher and higher. More and more open and connected. Infinite love and light. Slowly, slowly. Release and elevate. Release and elevate. Higher and higher. Into the light. Higher and higher. There's light and love and peace and wisdom and openness and trust. More and more. Everything else falls away with each step. Release and let go. Doing wonderful. Whatever you're up to is totally fine. Whatever you're up to is totally fine. Higher and higher. See Hashem's name, Yud and Hey and Vav and Hey. Radiating in light. Enjoy it. Now we're stepping into epic holy love. I want you to think of one memory, the memory you chose of love, the memory you chose of holiness and Kedusha, the memory of awesome, epic nature. You're going to do each one 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds. Think of all the senses, details, images, emotions. Watch it like a movie. Rewind and watch it again. And every 5 to 10 seconds, jump and move on to the next one. Same thing, go round and round and round. Keep doing each one for 5 to 10 seconds, then move to the next. Over and over again, you can do it. It's absolutely wonderful. Feel it and connect to it. Begin that process now of love. Keep going on to the next and the next. Choose to connect to the full power of emotion in each one. Don't demand it, just be open to it. See details, increase the colors, increase the intensity. Round and round. Open your palms and heart to receive that emotion. Round and round. See details, colors, sounds, sights. If another similar memory comes in connected, bring that into the circle and keep going. Slowly become aware that there's something that unites all of these. They kind of weave together. The love is holy. Holiness is love. Both of them are awesome and epic. All of these moments, each one was given to you as a gift by a love that is much greater than that love, by a holiness which is much greater than that holiness, by epic awesomeness and awe which is much greater than that. Feel how those three feelings blend together and weave together in your heart with so many other memories and loving experiences. And trace and channel now back to the source of all of them. And choose right now in the count of 3 to feel the source of all that love and all of that holiness and all of that awe. On the count of 3, choose to connect to the source of all of that and just believe that you are and open to receive it. 1, 2, 3. Choose and believe it now. Right now we're going to use the tool of HASHANAH we learned last week. It's very simple. You are experiencing something, but the level of power, of emotional potency in the room of every other individual is much more powerful than your own. Let's now feel what everyone else is feeling. On the count of 3, we're going to consciously choose to bind our souls and to bind our consciousness with everyone in the room. The fact that this doesn't make sense doesn't stop you from doing it. You can absolutely do this. Here's how. On the count of 3, you're going to simply choose to bind your consciousness with everyone else in the room. And exactly as you do that, you're instantly just going to believe and trust simply that it is now so. At that moment, most of you will feel an incredible influx of their energy, their feelings, and their consciousness, even a little bit. On the count of 3, you're going to choose to connect to everyone in this room and instantly believe that you are. And open up your palms to receive the energy from them. Choose and believe it on the count of 3. We are all one soul. We are all one consciousness anyway. Just clearing out everything in our path from experiencing that. Choose and believe on the count of 3. We are all connected. 1, 2, 3. Great, let's strengthen that again. You want to open yourself even more to that feelings, even more to that love and holiness. On the count of 3, choose and believe it even more. Again, 1, 2, 3. Now return to that love image and that holy image and that awe image and increase that power and energy and open up to everybody else increasing their energy as well. Beautiful, wonderful. It's very palpable. Go. On the count of 3, I want you to let the power of this feeling of love, of holiness, of everyone else in the room increase within you at least twice as much. On the count of 3, choose. It's going to come into you twice as much. 1, 2, 3, go. Yes. Now we have to expand this circle to everyone else in the room. Tens and hundreds and thousands of people who are and will watch this now and in the future. We're going to include them. Our souls expand to all of the 4 corners of the world. We're going to choose to connect and bond with them all through his HASHANAH and know what we are instantly connected and bonded and believe it. And we will share our energy with them and they will experience ours. On the count of 3, know that you can do this. Trust that you can if it doesn't make sense. Choose and believe it. 1, 2, 3. Open to receive it. Good. Do it again, even more powerfully. Choose and believe to everybody in the room and everyone in the world. A part of this right now. If you're out there watching, choose to connect with us right now and receive their energy and to give that back. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. Shekhinah waterfall. Take all the energy you feel, of all that love, of all that holiness, of all those souls. And right now I want you to see that that's all coming from Hashem, an infinite light. I want you to feel Hashem's divine presence of his infinite light of 1 billion suns and more above your head, hovering over you. Waterfall pouring down of light, of infinite love all around you. And you're sitting in the midst of that infinite light with your arms open, head tilted back to receive that. Feel it on your shoulders, see it all around you swirling. See it swirl around you, embrace you and hold you. From your head all the way through your body, your arms, your torso, your hips, all the way down your legs. You're sitting in that light. Feel it move it, feel it alive. It is not just light, it's full of love. It's full of powerful, beautiful, liberating peace and love. It's full of wisdom and clarity and insight. And now it's going to come into your mind on the count of 3. It's going to come in when the man puts on tefillin in the soft spot on the head. It's going to pour into your mind from being not just around as a makif, but panimi within on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. It comes into your head. And all the negative thoughts and distractive thoughts get washed out, and your mind becomes full of wonderful wisdom, of light, of holy, pure thoughts, of joy, of blessing, of clarity. Now it's going to drop through to your heart, and it comes in, and all the fears and doubts just are washed away, washed away. And your heart is full of light and love. Your heart is full of light and love. More and more, more and more. And now it flushes through to your arms, to your legs, and you're just a channel. I want you to see it coming out of your hands, coming out of your heart to everyone else in the room. Let it fill up this room. You're a channel. Let it go out to everybody else watching this with us now, doing this now. And their light come to us. On the count of 3, share this light with them and receive it from them. Choose and believe that it is, and open your soul to feel it. 1, 2, 3. See it swirling around you. Feel it rushing within you. We can feel much more. There's no end to how much we can feel it except with us. Hashem has infinite love He wants to give you right now. Hashem has infinite love He wants to give you right now. Infinite compassion right now. Hashem has infinite love and infinite compassion right now. We just have to choose to receive it. Don't beg Him for it. Just choose to be open, and automatically it will flood in. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. Keep going. Now we're going to bring in the power of Tzaddikim. I want you to choose right now one spiritual master. It could be someone from the Bible, someone from Chumash, someone to Tanakh. It could be Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. Could be Rav Nachman of Breslov, the Baal Shem Tov, the Baal Tanya. Could be the Rebbe. Anybody, any great spiritual master, male or female, that you've connected with. Someone you feel close to. Someone you resonate with their teachings. I want you to think about their name right now. Think about the power of the name. Think about their teachings. Think about what they feel like. What they were like. What their energy was like. Resonate with that a little. On the count of 3, we're going to do his kashrus to tzaddikim. We're going to choose to connect to their soul and their power. We're going to instantly believe that we are, and their presence and their soul is going to become conscious and be with us right now. It's going to come to this group. This chabur is going to come to all of us in the world. Choose that person and choose that on the count of 3. You're going to be connected to their soul, and their energy and their soul is going to be with us right now, with you right now. You're going to feel and be open to their light and their guidance. 1, 2, 3. Choosing to believe it now. Think of their presence. Feel their presence within you. Let it be stronger now. Let their presence be strong with you. Choosing to believe it. 1, 2, 3. You are absolutely connected to them now. I want you to take a moment to be open to their energy, their gift, their blessing, their Torah, their insight, their nature. Bind with it. Receive from it. If there's a question you have for them, a challenge you have, offer it to them right now and be open to receive an answer. They care for you, they love you, they're in this world to teach you and guide you. Hold up your question on the count of 3. They'll shine their light and answer your question. 1, 2, 3. Choose and believe it. Ask for help and guidance right now to open you up to do this holy work. You're doing amazingly well. If there's people in this room, in this chabur around the world who are unable to connect to this, ask your tzaddik, your tzaddikas right now to be able to help them as well. So we all can enter into this blessing, this guidance together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Amazing, amazing. Thank you. Now know that all the power of the tzaddik and the tzedekahs, all their light is really coming from Hashem. They have nothing of their own. On the count of 3, we're going to choose to connect to the pure infinite source. 1, 2, 3. Connect to the pure infinite light, or Ein Sof, of infinite unlimited light. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And now choose to rise above all the details to connect the infinite light of your soul, basking the infinite light of Hashem, to be just purely one with your highest soul, your Das Elyon, your Keter, your Shoresh Neshama, one with Hashem. Choose it and believe it. 1, 2, 3. Let everything else fall away, everything else melt away, everything else fall away. It's Rosh Hashanah today. Right now is the preparation time. I want you to imagine the whole world below you. I want you to imagine that you are a light in a channel, channeling down the light of Hashem to the light of the Tzaddikim, into the light of your heart, your higher soul. And right now we have an opportunity to care for the world and lift the world up. We'll follow the advice of the Kamana Rebbe. First, we are going to right now connect to the Doimim, the inanimate world of wood, of stone, of all the wood and stone, of all the inanimate objects in the world. They are all a revelation of God. We're going to raise them all up right now. I want you to think of all of the inanimate objects in the world, vast forests and oceans and mountains and minerals and everything above the surface. And we're going to choose to bind ourselves to them and connect to them with our consciousness for the purpose of elevating them on all the world. On the count of 3, choose and believe you are connected to it, and you will feel the whole world of the inanimate object, all those minerals, all those properties, all the world. You will feel it as a reality. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Feel it within you. Now plant life, all the plant life, all the trees, all the flowers, everything that's growing, every blade of grass in the whole world is there for you to elevate you and for you to elevate it, to channel divine light into it. First you have to connect to it, then you can elevate it. Here we go, on the count of 3, you are infinitely connected to all living matter. See it, visualize those mountains, those hills, the grass, the flowers around the whole of the world. Expand your soul to hold space for it all, to channel light to it. You're going to connect to it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Feel it. Know it. The next level, up, higher and higher. La'ela, la'ela. Animals. All the animals in the world are there for us to raise, to elevate beyond their animal self, to expand their consciousness. Every animal, all the herds, every animal, of the elephants, of the giraffes, of large and small, of the whales in the ocean. See them, feel them. They are there for you to connect to Hashem and channel life and energy to feel their power and strength, to channel that to Avodas Hashem, to raise that higher, to channel in light. On the count of 3, every animal, all living animals in the world. 1, 2, 3. Choose and believe you're connected to it. Go. Every human being in the world. Every human being in the world, all their love, all their pain, all their fear, all their yearning. Be a light, be a channel to them. First connect to them. Know that you are connected to Hashem, and through your connection to them, feel what they feel, know what they know, and bring light and healing to them. This is easy, don't try hard. Take up everything in the world, connect to them, all take it higher. Connect to every human being in the world, all their struggles, every man, woman, and child, every race, color, and creed. We are here to care, to love, to elevate. 1, 2, 3. Now higher, to Klal Yisrael and Am Yisrael, to the Tzaddikim, to the highest, most spiritually elevated souls. We bind and connect to them, that they may lift us, that we may shine light to them. To lift everything to be inter-included within them, and inter-included in the infinite light. 1, 2, 3. Now holding space within your great soul for all of these levels, turn to Hashem right now and ask for them to receive incredible blessing, that all of them should hold space for Hashem, that all of them should take away their resistance and their darkness, that all of them should serve divine higher purpose, that all of the world on all of its levels should reveal God higher and deeper this year. Pray and yearn right now that Hashem will pour down compassion and revelation on every one of these levels right now. Channel light to them. Will it to be double, now triple, now more, and higher, and go. Hold space for the pain of all of humanity and pour into it light. More, go. If you need help, turn to that tzaddik, to that tzaddikas, that spiritual master. Ask for help. They will give it to you. And we can do this not just for the world, but for individuals. I'm asking for a couple of brave souls right now. If there's something you're struggling with your emotions, with your blocks in your heart, in your life, one at a time. We're going to learn how to do this one at a time right now. I want you to say your name, your Hebrew name, and one singular sentence about what you want us to pray for you to heal, to fix. One volunteer. Say your name. What? Ora? Ora Bas Malka for? Ora Bas Malka, that her passion, her past not impinge on her present. I want you to now choose and believe that you're connected to Ora. Just focus on the name and the sound of the name. Know it's a neshama that's in this room, that's in this chabur, and the kind of thing we're going to be infinitely connected to her and to the light of Hashem at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Feel her past. Be open to receive any information, image of it. Know that she's having challenges with it, and now turn to Hashem and ask Hashem to bring down tremendous light and compassion to melt that away. To melt away all the consequences of a past. You could do it. More light and more light. Ask the tzaddik to help you right now. Melt it away. Let her feel it. Or if you can feel it, let us know. Release it within you. Bring it into you and release it in your body. Anything that's in her body from the past. Anything that's in her midas, emotions from the past. Anything that's in das Sitra Achra, beliefs from the past. Anything that's in the Shurish Neshama. See light channeling down to release it and wash it away right now. Wash it away right now. Oh, can you feel that a little bit? Yeah. Good, keep going. Everybody, you can increase that easily. Double that again. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. On the men's side, David?
David Ben Yaakov.
David Ben Yaakov. 4, one sentence.
To remove all the obstacles.
To remove. That he should remove all obstacles to fix his midah of strength, of discipline, of gevurah. Okay, we don't need to know anything about the soul. Our soul knows his soul. It's one and the same. David Ben Yaakov, choose on the count of 3 to connect to the Shurish Neshama, the root soul of that. Be open to any energy, insight, memory, image, feeling you get in your body. It's all something from him. On the count of 3, choose to connect to him. 1, 2, 3. David Ben Yaakov. He has a challenge with gevurah, with discipline, with structure, all these properties. You don't need to know what it is. The second you feel it a little, now turn to Hashem and be mamshich racham, and be mamshich, draw down light towards him, be a channel from Hashem through the tzaddikim towards him. Anything you absorb of his energy, you feel, hold space in it in the light, and just release it, see it melt away. David, if you can feel any of that, just let us know. Everybody increase it on the count of 3, exponentially. 1, 2, 3. You can give it to him. Hashem knows what he needs to heal it. Knows what he needs to heal it. Say yes, everybody in the room, if you can feel it releasing within you a little bit. If you can feel the light a little bit. Keep it going, keep it going. Whoever now needs it in this room, on the count of 3, I just want you to say your name out loud. 1, 2, 3. On the count of 3, I want you to say in one sentence exactly what you need. 1, 2, 3. Okay, on the count of 3, we're going to connect to all those souls. We're going to hold our space in the light and channel, hold space to the souls. We're going to receive the general energy. 1, 2, 3, choose and believe it. Go. Whatever comes to you, Hashem has the light to hold it. The Siddiqim have the light to channel Hashem's light and hold it. Go. Channel tremendous love and light more and more. If you're losing the connection, go back to any of the techniques we did that helped you and just hold space and more and more. Connect to everyone in the room if you need more strength and more and more. Wash it away. Hashem, wash it away. Release it. If you can feel the shift, anybody in the room, say yes. Wonderful. Keep going. Now channel that healing light to the whole of the world, to the Republicans, to the Democrats, to the religious, to the secular. Channel to the whole of the world. We are not big enough to hold it, but we're turning to a source that is big enough. See a world now, a year away of that light, that the whole world is a revelation of divine. That everybody opened, that everybody trusted, that everybody saw the truth, that everybody humbled themselves in awe of love, that everybody turned their lives around, that the whole world was a base of Mikdash, Mikdash Ba'at was a revelation dedicated to truth and love and peace and the Ratzon Hashem. See it as reality and channel the energy from Hashem towards it. Now comes the shofar. First we're going to blow a shofar. The shofar is a light that's greater than the world. It's a light greater than our problems. It's a light that's higher. When the shofar sounds, the first thing I want you to do for the first set is just to realize, to awaken. This is the sound of your soul. It's a sound of Hashem blowing life into you. Surrender your thoughts, your little mind, your little view of the world, all the problems of the world, all the Democrats and Republicans, all the Trumps and the politics, all the Arabs and the ISISes, all the fears and doubts and failings. Trace back to the higher world, to the world of Atzilus, to the world of Bina, to the Or Ein Saf. Trace back to your root soul with its power and strength. Follow the sound up. Don't think anything. Follow the sound higher and higher. If it makes you cry, if it makes you open, go. Don't be afraid. Deeper and deeper. Here we go to the root of our soul. Next, the higher level. You are not just one soul, but the highest level of your soul is all of our souls. Everybody in this room has one source soul. Everybody connected and watching online. I want you to now raise up to the point where we all unify together, that we should all be released. We should all be awakened to the root soul, which is one soul of all our souls. Be aware that we should all have the power to release as a collective, as a chabura, as chibur, as connected, to experience the power of all of us together this time. Elevate to the higher level of the root souls of everyone united together. now from the awakening of that inner place, now it's time to release all the small details, all the small fears, all the small challenges. When Hashem blows that trumpet, He's going to blow a life force into us. And we want to release, do every tikkun we can, everything we've carried with us from this life and every other life in the level of guf and body, from this life and every other life in the level of midas and emotions, from this life and every other life in the metals of beliefs, of false narratives, from this life and every other life of all the pagama blemishes on our soul, from sins and transgressions. I want you to choose consciously that a higher soul, a Das Elyon, should bring up everything that we need to release right now in this light. When the shofar blows next, the ideas that you most need to release, the pain, the trauma, the averas, the sins, they're going to come to you. They're just going to automatically pop into your head. Decide right now and commit that when the shofar blows, whatever you most need to release is automatically going to pop into your head. When it pops into your head, acknowledge that it's there and throw it into the light, release it into the light, and feel the power of Hashem's breath, of infinite light. Blow it out, blow it away, release it and melt it forever. And then open to the next one and let it come up and invite it and release and say, I am open to anything. Whatever image pops in, trust that it's the right one. If you're ready to do this, say yes. Yes. If you're really ready to do it, say it stronger. Yes. Yes. Choose it and believe that when the shofar blows, the right thing will pop in. You are open to receive anything. You're not afraid of anything. And when it pops into your mind, absolutely, it's the right thing to do tshuva on. And you're going to release it into the light and have it blown away and released forever. You're in a higher, deeper place. Nothing, it can't be held by you. Everything can come out and everything can be washed away on the count of 3. Choose and believe it. 1, 2, 3. If you were able to bring up something and release it, say yes. Yes. Say yes louder. Yes. Final level. Know that all of our lives Hashem loves us. All of our lives Hashem is with us. All of our lives, every blessing, He cared for them. It all. I'm willing to release it all. I don't need therapy and I don't need meditation and I don't need another program. I don't need anything. I don't need any more excuses. Right now, I'm giving it all up. I'm giving it all the way. I accept it upon myself. The purpose of my life is to dedicate myself to the Ratzon Hashem, to the higher will, to the higher truth. And I will absolutely throw away in the instant completely all my past lives, all my body, all my soul, everything I give up to the higher truth. And when the shofar blows, I'm going to put my hand over my eyes and I'm going to scream the Shema, and with that I'm a Kabbal or Malchus Shemayim. I receive everything, and I never need therapy. I don't need meditation. I don't need elevation. I don't need any teacher. Right now, no more excuses, no more blame. No one has to apologize. I'm giving myself totally to the truth. I'm never compromising. I don't care if it goes away tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll say it again and fight for it again. But right now, as the energy comes into the whole of the year, as it will come in Rosh Hashanah, I am open. I am ready. I have no more excuses. I give myself, my life completely to this cause. If you're ready to do that, say yes. Yes. And when you do that, you will receive the light and the blessing. This is a dress rehearsal, but a year that has to do this every day. It's a reality every day. Are you ready? Put your hand over your eyes. I want you to spend 30 seconds right now increasing the light and increasing the love. And know as much as you're afraid of this, you know in your heart that only good will come from this, and only clarity will come from this, and all the peace will come from this. You want to change the world. You want to fix the world. The world is in our hearts. Change our hearts. Relinquish our own Yetzaharas and accept the truth, and we'll bring that blessing into the world. Take 30 seconds right now to bring up all your resistance, to all your pain. Rav Volbe says if you say the Shema and your body is not shaking, you didn't really say it. Be aware of the full consequence of what you're finally going to let go of. Bring it all up now. If you want to receive the light that you deserve, that you are, if you want to hold that burden every day, every second from here on in, then choose it and believe it. When the shofar sounds, say Shema, not just with your mouth. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. You can say God's name if you want, but choose it with your soul. You're going to take the full responsibility and you can hold it, and you're going to see good from it. And everything is love and everything is God. And you're ready for it. May the revelation come through it. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Now see the new world you created. See the blessing and goodness of the new world you created. Take one more minute for any prayers, any personal space you want to have or need with Hashem. Complete your avoda. Take a few minutes of gratitude for any insight or blessing you received. If you feel frustrated with what happened, take a few minutes just to be aware, mindful of anything you learned, what worked, what didn't work. Islam does. When you're ready, you can take a couple deep breaths. Slowly open your eyes. Okay. We're back in this room. Back in Jerusalem, wherever you are in the world. Just a group of people, a group of Yidden. Wiggle your fingers. Choose to release anything you're holding on to. Let it just run through you onto the ground, out to the world. Stretch your arms, stretch your shoulders, anything you need to. This is what you guys usually do on a Thursday night? This is after the falafel, right? And if that was an interesting experience for you. Hands up if that was a very extraordinary experience for you. Hands up if that was a frustrating experience for you. Appreciate your honesty. That's cool. Hands up if that was a holy and profound experience for you. I was really just asking that lady over there to see if she has a holy reference point, but something, maybe. There you go.
Mixed in with frustration.
That's okay.
But that's okay.
That's a
I was
wonderful.
cool with
That's
that.
a wonderful beginning. Now it's pretty late. I would like a few brave souls to share a little. You see, what happens is everyone gets up and walks out, and then I have a week of a flood of emails and Facebook messages of people saying, "Oh my gosh, I spoke to God. Moshe Rabbeinu, he gave me clarity on the test lotto tickets, which proved right, and I got this big breakthrough." It's very important that you share that a little together. You hear each other's journey. Sharing a little of the power of your experience is a tremendous gift you can actually give other people. That they can hear what's going on. That they can hear what happens to us. Do you get a little sense of what you could do in Rosh Hashanah? Say yes if you do.
Yes.
Say it louder and clearer.
Yes.
Fine. All those are tools that you can replicate. There's waterfalls, there's breathing, there's ladders, there's increasing the light, there's connecting to people, physical world, whole world, individuals, bringing down the light, there's joining in tzaddikim and interacting with them. There's saying the Shema. By the way, please don't yell Shema in the shul when the shofar blows. The Rabbanim are going to turn around, oh, Doniel Katz's people. Oh my God. If you do, just don't wear your elevation t-shirt when you do that. That's my one request. You'll have to find other yontif clothes to wear this year. Would someone be able to stand up and be generous enough to give the gift to just talk a little about what they experienced? Hands up of when you drew a tzaddik or tzaddikus towards you, you actually felt something like their soul or their presence with you. Hands up high. Okay, it's most hands. Hands up if you were able to ask them a question and get an answer or something like that. Hands up if that's a little surprising and awesome for you. Hands up if fine, great. There was a woman in a session we did this week, and she was, you could tell by a very fragile and fractured individual, obviously been through a lot of trauma. When we did that, she drew Rachel Amenel and all the Imahas, all the mothers, and she said, I've never felt so loved and supported all my life. She said, I've never felt, her line was, I've never at all felt loved and supported all my life until that. That's what the Imahot are there for. That's what they're holding us in that space. But we are not awake enough to feel it, to know it. If we don't draw on that, how can we access that? Hands up of when we say yes. Let's play the yes game. It's more fun for those online. You guys can stay in your living room. When I said let's connect, the Kamana, it's just a technique for the Kamana. Let's connect to the inanimate world, to the stones, to the rocks, the minerals. Say yes if you could suddenly feel them.
Yes.
Say it loud and bravely.
Yes.
Fine. Isn't that interesting to be able to feel the world? Hey, if you could feel the life force of the trees and the plants, say yes.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing? You can connect to that. I know it's weird, and what is that? And you can process that over time. Ever had you a few years playing with it? Did you feel that you could receive energy and channel energy to it? Say yes if you could. Yes. What if I told you that had a physical effect on that plant life, on those animals? I'm not here to teach you dogma. I'm not saying believe it, I'm going to prove it. Hear it. When we prayed for people in this room, say yes if you could feel some of that come to you.
Yes.
Yes. When you pray for someone in Rosh Hashanah, it's not just, gee, and I hope they find a shidduch, and I hope he has a baby, and I hope he finds a nice house, and I hope he has more shawarma than he had last year. Oh, that's for me. And I hope... it's involving not just saying the name from a Bashena, Mappa Bas, what's my wife's favorite line? Sponge of a Bas Muff. All these kind of things that you connect to. It makes sense to my wife and me. Don't just ignore everyone else. You really have to connect. You choose it and belong to it, and you can draw in the energy, and you can channel something to that. You can increase that light and increase that lachim, and they will feel it. They'll experience it. Some people are blocked and they can't, but there is an effect there. You can heal people that way. You must connect to the people in the room. Hands up if you felt an incredible increase of energy when you chose to connect people in the room. Sorry, say yes if you did.
Yes.
Okay, say yes if you felt the increase when we connected to everybody online. Say yes. So you can create that. You can shift that. When the shofar blew, who was able to feel that they could channel up through it to feel their source soul? Say yes if you could.
Yes.
Say yes if that's weird.
Yes.
Thank you. Can't wait for you to go home and tell your friends and see what they say. And when you had to do tshuva in parts of your life and you chose for things to come to you from other lives, from this life, from all levels, say loud and clearly yes if suddenly things popped into your head. Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes if you're kind of surprised at things that popped into your head that you kind of forgot about. Say yes. Oh, where did they come from? Say yes if you felt that you could actually release it. Interesting. And finally, what was it like to say the Shema? What was it like to give yourself over? Hands up if it felt very hard to do. Hands up high. Hands up if it felt easy to do. Hands up if you're in denial. Say yes if you felt that when you said it, Shema, when you gave it up, that it was painful and hard, but suddenly there was like light and release and blessing. Say yes if that's what you felt. Say it louder. Okay, those voices are there. That's the essential work of Rosh Hashanah. Would anyone have an individual experience they care to share that we could end on? Online, I'm asking every single one of you who've done this to share it in the box. If I see it now, if I see it immediately after the session, it's very important for you to share. It's very important for people to read this. Would anyone finally care to share some of the magic of something that happened? Yes. Remind me your name again? Golda. Please stand up and speak loudly so everyone around the world can hear you.
My experience specifically during the Shofar was never connected so much to it.
You've never connected so much to the shofar?
Yeah, to the sound. Like, usually when I've heard it before, it's like, I definitely feel something, and it's like more of like it's definitely a feeling of like awe, but I've never been able to like use it as a tool.
Use it as a tool.
Yeah.
Using a mitzvah as a tool. What do we think mitzvahs are for?
Right.
If they're not tools to connect us.
Yeah, so it was a really amazing exercise to be able to like actually think of the things that I've been holding on to in my life in the last year, and things came up for me from my childhood, and to release it. And what was probably the most interesting thing was that I actually felt the release in the room. Like,
Say yes if you felt the release in the room.
Yes.
So it was just like really unbelievable.
Awesome.
To, like, just feel that energy keep going up, and then after everyone sort of let go of their things that they were needing to let go of, that just like it actually like
Awesome. Imagine the release you could feel in all of Cloud Israel after Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. You should feel a release in the world. Last one or two to care to share before we completely end. Yes, sir.
My name's Yerachmiel.
Yerachmiel Shalom.
I remember somewhere in the whole thing toward the end, an experience that I had this summer. I was in Boulder, Colorado, hiking in the mountains, and someone came running past me, and at the same time a rattlesnake, a diamondback rattlesnake, got scared from this person, or me, I don't know, and he started hissing. And I just remember thinking, I'm not scared of this rattlesnake. And it also calm down and just stop rattling.
So how is that connected to this experience?
I'm not really sure.
Right.
Not really sure. Just
Great
that-
story, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it has
Yeah.
to do with releasing fear, I think.
Releasing fear.
And,
The concept of
and just being in the present.
right. The more deeper you're connected, the less you're bothered by the world, the less you're affected by the world, the less you're drawn down by the world. That's called hishtavus. Hishtavus, say the Kabbalistic writings, comes from Devekas. The more light you're channeling in, the more your boss says something, your husband, your wife says something, your kids, you're just like, okay, I'm cool with that. It doesn't make you inanimate, doesn't mean you don't act, it doesn't mean you're a zombie, but it means your emotional response, and therefore your mind and your thoughts and your speech and your actions are not coming from your reactionary animalistic state, they're just coming from your highest state, your highest soul. Yes, last one.
Hi, Sarah Minowitz.
Stand up if you can. Hi, Sarah, yes.
Yeah, I just really want to thank Doniel Katz before anything that,
Well, when he comes, we'll tell him.
that you're able to give us a whole new perspective on Rosh Hashanah, like that we could go in with like a whole new feeling that I've never felt before. So I think the one thing that was so powerful is that when they blew the shofar and everyone screamed Shema with all our hearts, I felt like, oh my God, like we really want God to be one. We want him to feel like so loved, like the screaming of the Shema was so loud that it felt like we were screaming like, we need Mashiach, and like suddenly like the scene of like the Beis Hamikdash just came jumping into my head, like, oh my God, I just want this to end, and I just want God to like feel that like we really, really want him. So
Yeah.
that was like such a powerful thing.
But the non-religious people in the audience, she said she felt like she was in a nice mindful state and calm and in a sense of well-being and peace. Go Buddhism. I would like to thank our shofar blower, Ellie. Can we have a round of applause to Ellie? I would just like to say that was really incredible. That is a very manly shofar. But that was really, I mean, really, Mamash, you had the schus to open up all our hearts and souls, and probably many thousands of people around the world. And that should be with you, the schus of that, for the big day to come, and a blessing for your family and all of your life. I'd like to thank you all for coming. Hands up, a big yes if you'd be interested in doing this again in a few weeks from now. Say yes. Yes. Okay, a big yes if you're open to telling your friends or family about it. Yes. Thank you. Not next week. We can't do it next week because unfortunately we have this big meditation day called Rosh Hashanah. But in 2 weeks from now, you'll probably want to be preparing for Yom Kippur, which is on Shabbos. So the day before may be challenging. We may have to kick it back to a Wednesday. Say yes if you join us for exploring Yom Kippur from this state of mind. Yes online. Okay, yes as well. No need to capitalize. So I want you to. The one piece of advice I have to give practically is you just had an experience, okay? But deconstruct the experience into what were the skill sets and tools that I used to tell you how to get there, because an experience will evaporate. It does actually have a long-term effect, but in the end of the day, experience evaporates. But there's lots of tools which are replicatable. If you watch the video online, if you sit down with someone else that's here and go over it, there are things you can replicate, and you must, and you can use them. And that day is even more energy, even more power, even more dash. You should use it. We should be blessed to have a high and holy Rosh Hashanah, to give our lives and hearts over to revelation of Hashem, to give Him true mouth. We're blessed to see a new year with Mamish, the coming of Mashiach, and all our vision, all our passion come to fruition. Amen. You too.